Welcome, collectors, and thank you for joining me for this installment of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the very highly anticipated 187 or HO scale Diecast Masters Caterpillar D11 track-type tractor or bulldozer in the TKN design. Now, this model was originally tooled in 1/50th scale just last year, and it is the most modern version of the new Cat D11 dozer. The item number is 85659, and you probably can't tell by looking at it from this angle, but this box that this model comes in is supremely large. And when compared to other HO scale model boxes, like, say, the excavator, you can see that actually it's about the size of a 1/50th scale Highline Series model. So this model is very, very large, so keep that in mind as we go throughout the review. Let's begin the unboxing process. As with all Highline Series models, it comes in a white outer shipping box. And just last year, Diecast Masters started helping out the collector by not only putting the item number on the side of the box, but also including the description. As we open it, you can see that the model is housed in a tin, and covering the tin is this nice nylon bag to protect any damage that might happen. Here is the tin. You can clearly see the model on the side of it. Cat HO scale 85659, once again for our item number and our description. Cat D11 Dozer TKN design. Side of the box has the Diecast Masters Real Replicas logo, Highline Series, and the item number once again. The back of the box has some machine dimensions and another picture of the real machine. Again, if you are into the machine dimensions and operational specifications, at this point you can pause the video and read all about it if you are interested. And it's important to note on the picture that this is a current picture of the actual D11 that's in here with the modern trade dress or modern hex design. Last but certainly not least, as you can see, the top of the tin has a very nice picture of the same dozer. All right, let's pop the top and see what's inside. First thing is the 2020 edition of the Diecast Masters Caterpillar catalog, and this has their complete lineup of models, including both of the new editions for their HO scale lineup. This version, the Cat D11 dozer, and also the Cat 336 Next Generation excavator, which you will also see reviewed on this channel. Pull apart the top piece of the foam rubber, and that will reveal our first look at the dozer right there. Now, this is where you want to pay particular attention. Be very careful to what you grab onto. You don't want to damage anything. I like to grab onto the back part of the ripper and the top of the cab, lift straight up, and then your model is free and ready to be posed on your layout. With our dozer now free, let's go over some of the details that are associated with this casting, because it's pretty impressive for an HO scale model. Now, the D11 is the largest dozer in the Caterpillar range. You can see that there's some plastic hand and grab rails. Right here is the access stair, which does fold down, so you can pose a figure accessing the cab. You can also fold it away out of service. Your tracks are rubber, but they do have some bolt detailing on them. There's also another grab railing here. You have your D11 in your modern hex design, more grab rails. Moving towards the rear of the dozer, you have two fire suppression tanks. You have a 3-shank large ripper. The right side of the machine gives us a clear view of the Cat modern hex design, a better look at your tracks, another D11 logo. Moving towards the front of the dozer, you now get a very clear look at the blade, and once again, that shows us the visibility perforations at the very top of the blade, also known as the spill guard, which are drilled through, which is an excellent feature on a model of this size. Looking at the top of the model, you can see the twin stacks and the twin air cleaners here and here respectively. There is also an operator inside the cab. Underneath the dozer, you can see the Diecast Masters logo here and the item number, and you can also see the details on the track as well as the detail on the underside of the blade. That concludes the details. Let's transition now to the functionality. You can raise the blade up to a pretty reasonable height to there. You can also lower it well beneath the tractor to a depth of approximately there. You can also tilt the blade to there, which is extremely reasonable. Or, conversely, you can tilt it back to there at its most extreme angle. Let's now turn our attention to the rear and take a look at the ripper functionality. This is as high as it will go in the raised position. And this is as far as it will go in the lowered position, which, as you see, is high enough to lift the rear of the tractor off the ground. You can also angle it to about there. Your rubber tracks will move, although they are extremely tight, so you have to apply a pretty good amount of downward pressure, and you have to have an area with some friction and not a smooth area like the review spin table. One other thing I want to compare is, at the time that I am filming this review, neither NZG, nor Scott, or now Diecast Masters, or even classic construction models with their brass pieces, no one has ever done a D10 in 1/87 scale. But both Scott and Diecast Masters, you're going to be seeing the Diecast Masters version right now, did a D9. So, for size comparison, this is a Diecast Masters D9T. This is the brand new D11. As we turn the table on, that'll give you an excellent size comparison, just how large the new D11 is compared to the next largest dozer in the Cat model range. As that spins around, we'll give it one more full rotation. The last comparison for scale that I want to give a clear and concise view of is we're going to put a 187 scale or HO scale figure right next to the D11, so you can see just how large it is. And also, just because it was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine in the community, a lot of people want to know, particularly the model railroaders that pay attention to certain eras, this is a modern era machine. So if you are modeling something in the 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s, do not buy this machine because it is a modern era machine. So if you are modeling 2020 to current, would you purchase this specific version of the D11. All right, let's put our figure next to it to end the video. Put our ladder down for full effect. And here's our HO scale figure. There you go. That will conclude this review of the Diecast Masters Caterpillar D11 Dozer, the TKN design. This is a fantastic model that was announced well over a year ago. Now we finally have it. If you are a collector of HO scale construction equipment or mining equipment, or you just want a example of Cat's largest dozer in a manageable scale, this is a must-have. You can currently purchase it from any of the authorized Diecast Masters distributors. They are in stock now. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care and be safe. I'll see you in the next review.